Hello and welcome. If1 here, playing some more chess with Vesti users. Um, just getting a game started now, so we got the white pieces, and interesting move. I would have normally done this. I think I can still do it, right? Because if he takes, yeah, queen. So it's always nice to get both of these pawns out if you can. So we'll see. We'll see what our opponent does here. May just move his other knight out, may push one of these pawns forward, does so. This is the if I do this, he can take. Um, if I push forward, he can do this, but then I'll maybe counter with this or something like that. Not too sure. Maybe we'll scare him off and he'll back all the way out or go someplace weird. Okay, that's good. We like that. Develop this knight and at the same time we're going to be attacking this pawn over here, so I'll have to push something out to defend it. And once we get this bishop out as well, we can castle. All right, so it pushes the pawn forward, which makes sense. That's good. This is scary though, right? Normally you don't want to open up this pawn on the what is it, the f7 pawn, because um, it's hard to defend. Although he's pawns, he has this knight in the way, so maybe not so much in this situation. But it is something to watch out for. We'll push our bishop forward over here so we can create space to castle. And so far, even game on material in terms of position. Maybe we're slightly better because we have both of these pawns here in the center, but very slight, if any advantage. And yeah, it's going well. He has a lot of his pieces in the back because he's moving his knight all over the place. So that is probably good for us. He's putting some more reinforcement on this pawn, which is a pretty good move. Nothing wrong with that. Let's instead of castling immediately, there's no rush to do so. Let's also develop the rest of our pieces and move the bishop to this nice secure position here. Probably pull the knight out next, and then maybe if we have nothing else to do, we'll go ahead and castle. Okay. Because the pawn is here, he moves his knight on this side. Starting to get a lot of pieces on this side of the board, which does concern me a little bit, but I think we're still okay. So I'll still do this now, and one possibility then is to maybe move the queen out and do a queenside castle, just because we avoid having to deal with some of these pieces on this side of the board. That's one possibility. Question is where to put the queen. There's no great space for it. This is a good move because that really limits the usefulness of this bishop. In fact, so much so that I may just trade. Um, Maybe that's premature. We could also do something like this and see if we can cause some trouble in the back lines over there. We can also move this bishop here. Nobody's attacking this pawn. If we move this, nobody will be defending it either, but it's not easy for any of his pieces to attack it right now. So yeah, let's do that. That sounds fun. And then this way I can move my queen out and get this queenside castle, which is just because of the position of the knights over here, I like a little bit more. Um, but yeah, still pretty even, anyone's game. And in terms of position, I still like mine a little bit more just because we've developed a lot more pieces. He still has both of his bishops at the starting square, and his knights are, it's kind of awkward, at least this one, what it's doing on this side of the board here. We could do this, just pull back one, and then if he does this, I'm inclined to try this thing that I've done in a previous game where I trade two pawns for the bishop. It's not a great deal because usually you want at least three pawns for your bishop or your knight, but it does kind of like clear up the board a little bit. I don't know if that makes sense. It worked decently for me last time, so I'm considering trying that. Cool. Yeah, so pretty standard, pretty relatively uneventful game so far. Actually, if he does this, I mean, I could always just do this and leave it at that. But maybe I will do something a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'll do. On this side, there's not much going on. We could, we could always trade, sort of double up his pawns on this file by trading, but it's not that exciting. This bishop is in a decent spot here. This knight is sort of all the way out here, not doing too much. It's doing something now though. So this is a scary spot, but we could stop it. So I think we'll just tell this knight to get out of here. And if he wants to trade, then we just trade back, and it's no big deal. So either way, I don't really care too much. All right, does go for the trade, so we will trade back, and I can still do this. And as I said, I'm inclined to do this not great trade, but I kind of something about it makes me want to do it. So it's probably what will happen. If he doesn't do this, what else is he going to do? This knight doesn't really have any place to go. This place is covered. This is covered. All right, so yeah, we'll do this wacky move here. All right, cool. So it does open up things a bit. He does have an advantage. He has both of my bishops gone. I only have one of his knights gone, but I also have two of his pawns out of the way. So in terms of numbers, he's up by a point through the sort of the usual system. I was gonna do this, but I'm starting to think maybe this is a better move, just to keep supporting the middle here. But if I do that, then he can do this with his bishop, and then I lose the ability to castle, which I don't like. So I'll defend with the queen instead, I think. Yep, seems like a safe spot. And so, yep, he can't take the knight. He can do this check if he wishes, but we have a pretty easy counter to that. He does pin my knight over here, which is concerning. I could go for the check, but then he could take my knight for free. I can't take back, so that's concerning. I could still do this where I reinforce with the pawn, and then it's just an even trade if he wants to do it. It still does open up this possibility for a check here, but nothing I can do about it. I'll have to lose the ability to castle, which is upsetting, and maybe in retrospect I should have castled on the king side when I had a chance, but we'll see. He might not do that. If he trades, we trade back, and it's just an even trade, no big deal. This knight is still not doing much, and he hasn't castled either, so it's not a big problem for me. But yeah, so our opponent here, I think we're pretty evenly matched in terms of our chess skill, so it makes it fun. And yeah, this is pretty cool, pretty good. What do I want to do? If he doesn't do this, I probably want to just shove my pawn all the way forward. Oh, no. Then he can just take back. That doesn't make sense. Maybe we'll want to put our queen here. That kind of makes more sense to me. And then we'll put some pressure on this rook, which now with this bishop behind doesn't have an easy way out. If we start attacking it, it's going to be in some danger. So I like that. That seems like a good move for us. If he does check, what do we do? I think we just move the king here. That seems like a fine spot for it. Yeah. All right, cool. So I think we have our game plan pretty much set up. If he does this, we move our king here. If he doesn't do that and does something, okay, like this, then I think we put some pressure on the rook. The question now is, do we do it with the queen or the pawn? We could do it with the pawn now because the bishop doesn't control this space anymore. If I go here, where could he go? He could go one down, and then there's no easy way of attacking it. If I do this, he could still go one down, but then we could move our pawn up one. So I like this more. Can still do these trades, and actually that's if he does that, then he can get a pawn for free. So that was maybe not the best move for me there. Because we're really trying to tighten the noose on this rook, but by taking my knight out, and it's going to be wide open, and it's going to be really hard to do anything about it. Excuse me. Still, we don't know what he's going to do, but it would be a fine time to do this trade. Sometimes people overvalue having their bishops like this. Okay, this is a smart move too because now the queen is protecting this rook. Um, and obviously my guy is in danger. I can do this sneaky little check here, but it's not. Oh my goodness! Actually, it's oh, it's gonna feel so bad. I think this is checkmate, right? Because so the king, when it's a knight, you can't block the knight, right? Like you would, let's say, with a rook. You can put something in the way. With a knight, since it jumps over pieces, you can't block it. So the only thing you could do is kill the knight, which there's no piece that can kill the knight when it's on this square. Or you can move your king out of the way, but the only legal space is here, and the knight is going to be attacking that as well. So GG. Not a smart move there. There was a little bit of a blunder, but it was a pretty fun game. Good game. Here for another. Let's see if he's up to a rematch. I would like the rematch just because up until this moment it was really even and really tense, and could have gone either way. So I'm happy to do another one. So we'll put a quick cut here, but we'll start in just a second. Thank you so much for watching. EP1 signing off.